Psychiatrists diagnose and treat mental, emotional and behavioural disorders. They do this by talking to patients about their problems in order to work out the nature and extent of their disorder. I'm about to meet Megan, a private practice psychiatrist, to find out more information.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, you must be Megan.
Yeah, come through.
So Megan, what made you decide that you wanted to enter psychiatry?
When I left school, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and my girlfriend wanted to do medicine, so we both applied for medicine. And because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, I went through that trying to work out what was my interest, and I loved my term in psychiatry, and I guess I naturally gravitated to that area.
Now, I know a lot of people get them mixed up. What's the difference between being a psychiatrist and a psychologist?
Basically a medical degree. Psychologists deal mainly with one area of psychological illness, whereas we deal with many broad areas. We can diagnose and treat medical psychiatric illnesses, but we can also exclude people that present with psychiatric symptoms which really have a medical illness and need to go and see a different sort of doctor that need to be treated in that way.
What do you get up to in a typical day?
In my practice, which is an outpatient-based practice, I see patients just one after the other, some of them for medication checks, which are quick, some of them for psychotherapy, which obviously takes longer, and I would see those people regularly, and I just see them back to back to the end of the day, basically.
What would you say the most challenging part is of your job?
The challenging part is that we don't get instant results. So it's not like someone who has a medical illness where you give them a medication and a few days later they're better from it. But with the psychotherapy style of practice, that takes a long while. So, you know, you don't get those instant results, and that's difficult.
And what would you say the most rewarding part is?
When you do get the results. You know, it's always nice when people get better, and I think especially with psychiatry, because people have usually been tormented for a long period of time before they come, because they tend to hesitate coming because of social reasons, because they don't believe they've got a psychiatric illness. So then when they do get better, they feel immense relief, and that's very gratifying. I just love talking to people, I like listening to people, I like hearing people's stories, and that's what inspires me to do it.
What kind of practices need psychiatrists? What job opportunities are available?
There's lots of areas for psychiatry. There's obviously the hospital-based stuff. There's always jobs in that. They're very understaffed in terms of psychiatrists. They're very understaffed in rural medicine. They've actually brought in now some internet-based psychiatry where you can actually see people on a computer, basically, to all intents and purposes, and bill them for that. And then there's obviously the private practice areas as well, which, you know, you have more control over, I guess.
If you could list from school to now, what steps does somebody need to take if they wanted to be a psychiatrist?
Well, first they have to finish high school and do well, and get into medicine. Then they do their medical degree, and then after that they have to submit their medical degree so that that's established, and then they apply to get into psych training, and then they do 5 years of psych training, and then they're basically qualified.
What characteristics does somebody need to be successful in this line of work?
I think they have to have certain personality characteristics. I think they have to be someone who likes talking to people, someone who is empathic and understands people, but also someone who can be detached from people as well and not get too involved in their particular issues.
Thank you so much for having a chat with us today, Megan.
It's been my pleasure.
For more information, jump on to studentedge.com.au.